I inherited a beautiful garden, but a garden that had been rather neglected, and as a result was awash with the weed that we refer to as bishop's weed or ground elder. And here you can see a patch that I've weeded frequently, and the ground elder just continues to pop its ugly head up through the soil. I'm putting this video up in the hopes that it will help others who are struggling with this problem in their garden. But I'm not a gardener and I'm learning. So here's the patch of ground that I am reclaiming at present. I've put down extra rough soil. I've kept the plants in pots, some of them in pots, to save them from ground elder. And I've just put the sod round the pots and the plants. And with a view to this, I've been collecting bits of cardboard, which are just left outside. It's fine if they get wet. That's really not a problem. And as you can see, some of these have been pretty sodden. I have the method from Jerry Landers of Hopalong Hollow, who got that method from Charles Dowding, his no-dig method. So collecting cardboard and then obtaining some multi-purpose compost, which is quite expensive in the UK where I live compared to other parts of the world. I do have it delivered. And here is a part of the garden that I have already treated. I put black plastic down at the borders with my neighbour's garden so that the weed won't come through, hopefully. But mostly it's under cardboard, and then you put the compost on top of the cardboard. You can wet the cardboard. The compost here is at most perhaps 3 inches in depth, and I've taken the cardboard and just held it down with some stones to begin with as the compost is put on gradually. I don't have a huge amount of strength, so I just take my time. I just do this gradually. And there you can see a little bit more plastic just at the borders, and also just around the tree trunk there, the apple tree trunk. Here are my Canterbury bells that I've grown from seed, and some catnip that I have replanted into that compost. And they're looking very happy indeed, which is good. So next I will show you an example of an area that I have reclaimed quite some months ago. I have the Alchemilla mollis in place, and then there is my Bonica rose and blue geranium, and you can see there's no ground elder there at all after quite a few months. I had thought also of spreading wild strawberries, of which I have a great many in the garden, around to outcompete the ground elder, because it grows in the same way as the bishop's weed with runners. And I have a great many wild strawberries in the garden, and they're such a pretty plant. We have a very, very pretty little white flower. And then, of course, the fruit, which you can eat. And I just love the shapes of the leaves and that colour of green. So, and here is an unwitting example of something that has actually worked. I just popped a couple of nasturtium plants, small ones, in as I was rebuilding the garden, and they've gone bananas. They're really happy. But the bonus over this, apart from that lovely colour and beautiful shaped leaves, is that the ground elder, bishop's weed, is just not growing underneath at all. There's just none there. And so this is another an inadvertently successful way of combating the pervasive weed that I don't want. Now we are underneath. There's just no ground elder at all in there. And a beautiful, beautiful annual, but it will drop seed, and hopefully will come back next year. And I may use the nasturtium method in the first corner I showed you. So my work is cut out for me, just as I say, gradually. I just take my time over the garden, and my little friend the robin is helping me. He loves to come and sing to me, and definitely be eating the worms. So the pile of earth is to be spread. I'm going to move those pots and get all of that earth spread over, put the cardboard on top, possibly wet it, and then on top of that compost. And then I will be putting in probably next year more blue geraniums, Alchemilla mollis, which I love, and a rose, but we'll see. So thank you very much for watching, and I do hope that this is helpful to you. It'd be wonderful if it really does rid your garden as the way it seems to be doing with mine. If you've enjoyed this, I would very much appreciate that you give it a like, and it would be wonderful if you're interested in more videos, if you would subscribe. But thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again.